Hello everyone. Today let us begin with legal updates for the months of January 2020 to February 2020. Let us start. The Government of India is to set up a Central Consumer Protection Authority. The Central Consumer Protection Authority CCPA would be constituted under the aegis of Consumer Protection Act 2019. And the ministry belongs to Mr. Ram Vilas Paswan, who is Union Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. So, under the Consumer Protection Act 2019, the CCPA has been constituted to address issues related to consumer rights, unfair trade practices, misleading advertisements, and of course to impose penalties for selling spurious and adulterated products. The authority is being constituted under Section 10, Clause 1 of the Consumer Protection Act 2019. The Act would be replacing the Consumer Protection Act 1986. It recognizes offences such as providing false information regarding the quality or quantity of the goods or services, and misleading advertisements. It also specifies action that is to be taken if goods and services are found dangerous, hazardous, or unsafe. If we talk about the composition of the authority of the CCPA, it would be headed by the Chief Commissioner along with two other commissioners as its members. One would be dealing with the matters relating to goods, and the other one would be dealing with the matters relating to services. So far as investigation wing of the CCPA is concerned, it would be headed by a Director General. The powers related to investigation, search and seizure, CCPA will have similar powers as are given under the provisions of CRPC 1973. Now, let us talk about the two important sections. Under Section 20, it talks about power of the CCA to recall the goods and withdraw services which are dangerous, hazardous or unsafe. And Section 21 deals with the powers of CCPA to crack down on false or misleading advertisements. Section 21 is important. Union Cabinet approved the changes introduced to the Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2019. This bill will surely benefit widows, divorced women, besides the infertile Indian couples, allowing a willing, who can be any woman, to be a surrogate mother. 15 major changes have been suggested by the 23-member Select Committee of Rajya Sabha, which also included deleting the definition of infertility as the inability to conceive after 5 years of unprotected intercourse, on the ground that it was too long a period for a couple to wait for a child. So the main aim to prevent is to prevent commercial surrogacy and to promote altruistic surrogacy, which will obviously help in curbing the pecuniary or monetary compensation demanded for the very purpose. Union Minister for Women and Child Development Smriti Irani added that only Indian couples can opt for surrogacy in the country. The bill proposes to regulate surrogacy by establishing National Surrogacy Board at the center level and state surrogacy boards at the state level, and establishing appropriate authorities in states and UTs for the very purpose. The another change would be that the proposed insurance cover for surrogate mother has now been increased to 36 months from 16 months earlier. Next one is Union Cabinet approves formation of 22nd Law Commission. The function of Law Commission is to advise the government on complex legal issues. The term of the previous Law Commission ended on August 31st, 2018. A retired Supreme Court judge or Chief Justice of a High Court will head the commission. Originally, the commission was formed in the year 1955. Commission is reconstituted every 3 years, and so far 277 reports have been submitted to the government by the Law Commission. The last Law Commission was headed by Justice B.S. Chauhan, retired, which had submitted its reports on the key issues such as simultaneous elections to the Lok Sabha and assemblies and a uniform civil code. In 2010, in the reign of the UPA government, the government prepared a draft cabinet note to give statutory status to the Law Commission. However, Law Commission is still a non-statutory body. So what would be the responsibilities of the 22nd Law Commission? Let us have a look on it. Firstly, to identify laws that are no longer needed, which are irrelevant and can be repealed immediately. It will also examine the existing laws and suggest ways for reforms. It will also suggest necessary laws to be implemented for the implementation of directive principles mentioned in preamble of the Constitution. It will take all necessary measures to use law and legal processes for the betterment of the poor people. It will revise the laws of general importance to simplify them and to remove anomalies, ambiguities, and inequities. Next is Cabinet approves Assisted Reproductive Technology Regulation Bill, ART. So in this bill, the proposed establishment of National Registry and Registration Authority for all clinics, medical professionals serving in the field while proposing stringent punishment for those who practice sex selection and sale of human embryos or gametes. Union Minister Smriti Irani said sex selection and sex determination are prohibited under the proposed legislation. So, under the proposed legislation, there would be an establishment of national registry and registration authority would regulate all the clinics, medical professionals serving in the field. Bill has provision that those involved in trafficking and sale of embryos will be at the first instance fined to rupees 10 lakh, and in second instance the person could be imprisoned up to 12 years. Confidentiality clause. The bill also ensures the confidentiality of intending couples and protect the rights of the child also. Under Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2020, government was also looking to restrict the maximum age of surrogates from above the marriageable age 18, 21 respectively in the case of girl and boy to 50 years. Smriti Irani added. So the maximum age of surrogates from above the marriageable age, which is 18, to 50 years. Bill follows the introduction in the Parliament of Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2020 and approval of Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Bill 2020. So this bill came after the Surrogation Regulation Bill 2020 and Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Bill 2020. So the major benefit would be that it will regulate the assisted reproductive technology ART services in the country. So resultingly, infertile couples will be more ensured and confident of the ethical practices in ARTs. Next one is Cabinet approved the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Bill 2020 to amend the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971. The existing or the present upper limit is 20 weeks. So, this legislation will extend the upper limit for permitting abortions from 20 weeks to 24 weeks for special categories of women, which include rape survivors, victims of incest, differently abled and minors. Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Prakash Javadekar, said extension of the period from 20 weeks to 24 weeks will help victims of rape, girls with disabilities, as well as minors who may not realize that they are pregnant until later. So one of the salient features of the proposed amendments is enhancing the upper gestation limit from 20 to 24 weeks for special categories of women, which will be defined in the amendments to the MTP rules, which would include vulnerable women, including the survivor of rape, victims of incest and other vulnerable women like differently abled women, minors, etc. So if pregnancy has to be terminated in 20 weeks, opinion of one doctor is required. And beyond 20 weeks, opinion of two doctors would be needed, and out of them, one shall be a government physician. Although Section 3, Clause 2b of Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971 prohibits abortion of a fetus after 20 weeks of pregnancy. Union Cabinet approved National Commission for Homeopathy Bill 2019 while approving the official amendments. So National Commission for Homeopathy Bill 2019 is pending before Rajya Sabha for the amendment of the Homeopathy Central Council HCC Act 1973. The amendments would be introduction of reforms in the field of homeopathy education, and the second would be the accountability and transparency in protecting the interests of general public. Homeopathy Central Council Act 1973 had been working on the pattern of Indian Medical Council Act 1956. The board functions, constitution, regulation, rules making powers are identical to those of the Medical Council of India. While the Act provides a solid foundation for the growth of medical education and practice in homeopathy, however, various bottlenecks in the functioning of council have been experienced. Resultingly, some serious detrimental effects have been observed on the medical education as well as delivery of quality homeopathy healthcare services. The last is Government of Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy decided to abolish the state's legislative council. However, the legislative council can only be dissolved once Parliament passes a bill to this effect. And Article 169 of Indian Constitution defines legislative council. 6 states in India have legislative council, and the states includes Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh and Telangana. So what happened is that 2 key bills passed by Jagan government in the assembly, the one out of which the one was decentralization bill and Andhra Pradesh Capital Region Development Authority CRDA repeal bill. However, the bills have been stalled in the Legislative Council. The Legislative Council chairman had referred the bills to a select committee, which could mean the legislation could be stalled for at least 3 months. Thank you.